Hey, what's up? So today we're making this here Scout Trooper helmet, and yeah, let's just get started. Alright then, so here's the file I used. It's by Daxton Naver. It's pretty good. My computer died, so I lost the original file of me doing this, but if I open it in Bamboo Studio, you can see here it's already divided into 6 pieces, and there's also a template for the visor, so that's nice. I had tried to mess with the faceplate a little bit, but I had a few issues, so should just print it this way and it should work. So all I need to do is go ahead and hit slice and then print plate next to it, and everything should go according to plan. Okay, so here I'm just removing the supports from the faceplate. It had a lot of support, so I just did that quickly. Alright, so here's the Scout Trooper helmet that I have. It's all assembled, basically. We have all 3 pieces here. So obviously there's these 2 front pieces that you guys saw me removing the supports from. I just added some filler to kind of hide the seam, but I haven't sanded that yet, so we'll get to it. Then we have obviously the dome piece and the back piece. And then we also have some like connecting pins and the front greeblies. But so what we're going to do now is I'm going to sand all of these until they're really smooth, and then I can start priming them and then hitting them just with some flat white, because obviously most of these are just white. So yeah, time for a few hours of sanding.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so as you guys can see, I have the fully sanded Scout Trooper helmet here. I also did 1 coat of white primer that I had lying around on the front. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this primer and go over the whole thing so it's all uniformly finished. So this is some high coat primer. It's like $7 on Amazon. It's pretty nice. It's this weird mustard color, but it's really bad for your throat. So I always wear the respirator. So yeah, let's get started with. Alright, so here we have the fully primed Scout Trooper helmet. It looks really cool in this like mustard color. Kind of looks like Ezra's helmet. But anyways, now I'm just going to be painting it white. So yeah. So I'm going to be using this Deluxe Gloss White, and I'll probably do like 2 or 3 coats, so hopefully it will be very nice and uniform. But I might actually just remake another one of these in this color, because I can't decide. It really looks like, it looks interesting, you know, different. But actually, now that I mention it, I think I'm gonna glue the dome and back piece together before I paint it white, so it's all uniform. So to do that, I'm just gonna be using this Loctite super glue. It's pretty easy to find. And yeah, I'm gonna leave this to set, and then I will start painting. So the paint has been really bad, the first paint that I used, so I'm gonna sand this again just to get it smooth. Like, look at this, the paint is terrible. So I'm gonna sand it and then I'm gonna repaint it with this. Okay, so here I'm using a leftover piece of tinted visor from my Helldiver's helmet and the template, so I can cut it out in the exact right shape so it can fit in the helmet. So yeah, I'm just cutting this out and then I'll slide it in. Okay, so I'm finally done painting this. It took me like 3 weeks and like 3 different types of paint to get how I wanted. It was really annoying. But anyways, here it is. There's still some blemishes that I'm just gonna have to use some weathering to cover up, because at this point I'm not painting this anymore. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use these little like rivet sort of things that I printed, one on each side, and they go in these holes, and so the helmet can swivel open and close. Yeah, and then after that I'll add the detail paint and visor.
So here I'm painting the black ring around the mouthpiece. I'm so sorry for this camera angle, I know it's terrible. And here I'm going to paint the inside border of the mouthpiece area that is supposed to be black before I glue it in. So here's the mouthpiece. I'm just going to glue it in here, and then I'll do some touch-ups around the black because I think I missed a spot. So yeah, just use some quick super glue and glue this in.
Okay, so now after some detailing, we have the greeblies in, the black rim around here, and finally this is attached. So I'm gonna now put the visor in, and then all the detail pieces I'll do in a few days when I get like some detail brushes. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna fit the visor. So here's the visor that I made earlier. Hopefully I remembered to record that. But it's just based off the template that comes with the files. So all I'm gonna do is, because I already glued this in, I'm just gonna kind of open it up from the top and try to get this visor to fit in. So let's see here. Okay, so there, the visor's in. I'm probably just gonna use some hot glue to hold it in place because it seems not too sturdy right now. But okay, so now the visor's all in and everything. It has a bit of fingerprints, but that's not a big problem. Anyways, let's try it on. So yeah, pretty cool. I should probably add some foam in the sides because it moves around a lot, but other than that, it's looking good, So for the foam pieces in the ear over here, I'm just going to use some of this foam that's at the top of the face shields, and I'll paint it black, and then I'll just hot glue it in, and it should be good to go.
Okay, so here I'm just using some floor foam and cutting it into bands so it'll keep the helmet from jiggling around while it's on my head.
Okay, so the helmet's looking good, so now I'm going to take these foam pieces that I painted, and basically you see in here, I'm going to stick them in here so they fill the place. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so now that the helmet's looking pretty good, I'm going to go ahead and mask these two vents at the back off so I can paint them gray. Okay, so now I'm going to use this little fine tip over here and some of this black acrylic to go ahead and paint the lines in these vents on shit. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to paint these lines. I would say I'm pretty happy with the final product here. And just a bit more detailing here. Okay, so here my mic died, but basically I found this template for the pattern on the side, and I'm going to cut it out and try to paint it on the side, and then use this other 3-line pattern for the forehead here where it goes. So yeah, I'm going to cut these two out, and then I'm going to try and cut them out as negatives, so then I can use them as stencils basically. So here I'm using the cutout and some tape. I'm basically cutting the stencil out of the tape so that it sticks and doesn't do any running. But yeah, it's a bit light to see. So just some more masking. You might notice I'm working on a towel. That's just so the paint job on the other side doesn't get damaged by my table. So here I'm trying to dust the paint straight down so it doesn't try to go under the masking tape basically. Same thing here, but I just had to hold the stencil in place because I couldn't get it tight enough, but it worked out fine.
Okay, so I need to clean them up a bit, but it's okay. So yeah, and then here I'm gonna have to do the lines. Like there's a white line here, white line here, white line here. So I'm gonna have to paint this in and maybe clean this up a bit. Otherwise, all that I need to do now is some weathering. Like I'm gonna weather like the edges, like here, here, there, here, like under here, and then some black wash all around the like crevices.
Okay then, so here it is all finished. I'm super happy with how it came out, all the little chips and paint weathering and stuff. I'm very happy with it, although it did take ages to finish, the end product was worth it, so yeah. Okay, so that's it for this build. We have the markings, the 3 lines here, I don't know what they are, the greeblies, and like all the weathering that I did. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turns out. And yeah, that's it for today. Let me know what I should build next, and please subscribe if you enjoyed. See ya.